Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It is July 10th, 2026. We are going to read from Joshua chapter 12 and 13, and then we're going to read Psalm 145. So in Joshua, we're going to get in chapter 12 a list of all the kings that were conquered on both sides of the Jordan. So there's 31 kings. And then as we move into 13, we're going to be reminded that, yeah, they conquered all the kings, but they didn't actually take all the territory. They're going to divide the territory to each tribe. Each tribe has to clean up their area. And that's where we're going to see things start to fall apart a little bit as we progress. So let's go ahead and we're going to read Joshua chapter 12 and 13. These are the kings of the land whom the children of Israel defeated and whose land they possessed on the other side of the Jordan toward the rising of the sun from the river Arnon to Mount Hermon, and all the eastern Jordan plain. One king was Sihon, king of the Amorites, who dwelt in Heshbon and ruled half of Gilead, from Aroer, which is on the bank of the river Arnon, from the middle of that river, even as far as the river Jabbok, which is the border of the Ammonites, and the eastern Jordan plain from the sea of Chinneroth as far as the sea of the Arabah, the salt sea, the road to Beth Jeshimoth, and southward below the slopes of Pisgah. The other king was Og, king of Bashan, and his territory, who was of the remnant of the giants, who dwelt at Asheroth and at Edrei, and reigned over Mount Hermon, over Salcah, over Bashan, as far as the border of the Geshurites and the Mechathites. We're going to call them Mechathites from now on. And I lost my place. And over half of Gilead to the border of Sihon, king of Heshbon. These Moses, the servant of the Lord, and the children of Israel had conquered, and Moses, the servant of the Lord, had given it as a possession to the Reubenites, the Gadites, and half the tribe of Manasseh. That's east of Jordan. And these are the kings of the country which Joshua and the children of Israel conquered on this side of the Jordan, the west side, on the west, from Baal Gad in the valley of Lebanon, as far as Mount Halak, and the ascent to Seir, which Joshua gave to the tribes of Israel as a possession according to their divisions. In the mountain country, in the lowlands, in the Jordan plain, in the slopes, in the wilderness, and in the south, the Hittites, the Amorites, the Canaanites, the Perizzites, the Hivites, and the Jebusites. The king of Jericho won, the king of Ai, which is beside Bethel, won, the king of Jerusalem won, the king of Hebron won, the king of Jarmuth won, the king of Lachish won, the king of Eglon won, the king of Gezer won, the king of Dibbar won, the king of Gedar won, the king of Hormah won, the king of Arad won, the king of Libnah won, the king of Adullam won, the king of Makkedah won, the king of Bethel won, the king of Tappuah won, the king of Hepher won, the king of Aphek won, the king of Lasharon won, the king of Madon won, the king of Hazar won, the king of Shimron Miron won, the king of Aksaph won, the king of Tanakh won, the king of Megiddo won, the king of Kadesh won, the king of Jokaneam and Carmel won, the king of Dor and the heights of Dor won, the king of the people of Gilgal won, the king of Chisra won, all the kings, 31. Now Joshua was old, advanced in years, and the Lord said to him, You are old, advanced in years, and there remains very much land yet to be possessed. This is the land that yet remains, all the territory of the Philistines, and all that of the Geshurites from Zahor, which is east of Egypt, as far as the border of Ekron northward, which is counted as Canaanite. The 5 lords of the Philistines, the Gazites, and the Ashdodites, the Ashkelonites, the Gittites, and the Ekronites. Also the Avites from the south, all the land of the Canaanites, and Mira that belongs to the Sidonians, as far as Aphek to the border of the Amorites. The land of the Gibeonites and all Lebanon toward the sunrise, from Baal Gad below Mount Hermon, as far as the entrance to Hamath, all the inhabitants of the mountains from Lebanon, as far as the brook of Mispreph. And all the Sidonians, them I will drive out from before the children of Israel, only divide it by lot to Israel as an inheritance, as I have commanded you. Now therefore divide this land as an inheritance to the 9 tribes and half the tribe of Manasseh. So all the kings were wiped out, but they're going to divide the land, and God says, okay, now you saw that I took out all these big kings. Trust in me, and I'm going to give you these territories to your tribes. But you got to work with me. Pick it back up at 8 of chapter 13. With the other half tribe, the Reubenites and the Gadites received their inheritance, which Moses had given them beyond the Jordan eastward, as Moses, the servant of the Lord, had given them, from Aroer, which is on the bank of the river Arnon, in the town that is in the midst of the ravine, and all the plain of Medeba, as far as Dibon, all the cities of Sihon, king of the Amorites, who reigned in Heshbon, as far as the border of the children of Ammon. Gilead, and the border of the Geshurites, the Mehakathalites, all Mount Hermon, and all Bashan, as far as Salcah. All the kingdom of Og and Bashan, who reigned in Ashtaroth and Edrei, who remained of the remnant of the giants, for Moses had defeated and cast out these. Nevertheless, the children of Israel did not drive out the Geshurites or the Maccathites, but the Geshurites and the Maccathites dwelt among the Israelites until this day. Only to the tribe of Levi he had given no inheritance. The sacrifice of the Lord God of Israel made by fire are their inheritance, as he said to them. Again, the Levites only get cities, not entire territories. And Moses had given to the tribe of the children of Reuben an inheritance according to their families. Their territory was from Aror, which is on the bank of the river Arnon, and the city that is in the midst of its ravine, and all the plain by Medeba, Heshbon, and all its cities that are in the plain. Dibon, Bamoth Baal, Beth Baal Meon, Jahaza, Kedemoth, Mephath, Kirjathim, Sibma, Zereth Shahar on the mountain of the valley, Beth Peor, the slopes of Pigzah, and Beth Jesimoth. All the cities of the plain and all the kingdoms of Sihon, king of the Amorites, who reigned in Heshbon, whom Moses had struck with the princes of Midian, Evi, Rechem, Zur, Hur, and Reba, who were princes of Sihon, dwelling in the country. The children of Israel also killed with the sword Balaam, the son of Beor, the soothsayer, among those who were killed by them. And the border of the children of Reuben was the bank of the Jordan. This was the inheritance of the children of Reuben, according to their families, the cities, and their villages. Moses also had given an inheritance to the tribe of Gad, to the children of Gad according to their families. Their territory was Jazer, and all the cities of Gilead, and half the land of the Ammonites, as far as Aror, which is before Araba, and from Heshbon to Ramoth Mizpah, and Betonim, and from Mahanaim to the border of Deber, and in the valley Beth-Haran, Beth-Nimrah, Succoth, and Saphon, the rest of the kingdom of Sihon, king of Heshbon, with the Jordan as its border, as far as the edge of the sea of Chinnereth, on the other side of the Jordan, eastward. This is the inheritance of the children of Gad, according to their families, the cities, and their villages. Moses also had given an inheritance to the half tribe of Manasseh. It was for half the tribe of the children of Manasseh, according to their families. The territory was from Mahaim, all Bashan, all the kingdom of Og, king of Bashan, and all the towns of Jair, which are in Bashan, 60 cities. Half of Gilead and Ashtaroth and Edrei, cities of the kingdom of Og and Bashan, were for the children of Machar, the son of Manasseh, for half of the children of Machar, according to their families. These are the areas which Moses had distributed as an inheritance in the plains of Moab on the other side of the Jordan by Jericho eastward. But to the tribe of Levi Moses had given no inheritance. The Lord God of Israel was their inheritance, as he had said to them. All right, let's move over to Psalm 145. We're going to wrap up the Psalm of David's Psalm. This is his last one in Psalms. A song of God's majesty and love, so very appropriate. This is an acrostic psalm, so each verse starts with a new letter of the alphabet, of Hebrew alphabet. Let's go ahead and read a song of God's majesty and love, praising God. I will exalt you, O my God, O King, and I will bless your name forever and ever. Every day I will bless you, and I will praise your name forever and ever. Great is the Lord, and greatly to be praised, and his greatness is unsearchable. One generation shall praise your works to another, and shall declare your mighty acts. I will meditate on the glorious splendor of your majesty, and on your wondrous works. Men shall speak of the might of your awesome acts, and I will declare your greatness. They shall utter the memory of your great goodness, and shall sing of your righteousness. The Lord is gracious and full of compassion, slow to anger, and great in mercy. The Lord is good to all, and his tender mercies are over all his works. All your works shall praise you, O Lord, and your saints shall bless you. They shall speak of the glory of your kingdom and talk of your power, to make known the sons of men his mighty acts and the glorious majesty of his kingdom. Your kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and your dominion endures thoughtfully to all generations. The Lord upholds all who fall and raises up all who are bowed down. The eyes of all look expectantly to you. And you give them their food in due season, and you open your hand and satisfy the desire of every living thing. The Lord is righteous in all his ways, gracious in all his works. The Lord is near to all who call upon him, to all who call upon him in truth. He will fulfill the desire of those who fear him. He also will hear their cry and save them. The Lord preserves all who love him, but all the wicked he will destroy. My mouth shall speak the praise of the Lord, and all flesh shall bless his holy name forever and ever. May God bless the reading of his word, and may God bless you. Bye.